There's one story here I want to speak to you about fly tipping. The government has announced new plans to tackle it. It's an eyesore, a bit of an environmental problem and a constant annoyance to farmers and landowners. And it's costing the country more than £1 billion a year.
Yeah, some of it's caused by individuals nipping out with a mattress or whatever and throwing it over a fence. Mostly, though, it's done by people who've been paid in good faith to dispose of the rubbish, but they aren't licensed to do so they don't care where they drop it.
And one man who got fed up with tippers dumping everything around his home in Hampshire is Martin Montague. He set up a site and an app called ClearWaste. It's a central register where people can report the problem alongside his own patrols to catch people in the act. Good afternoon, Martin. Just tell us about the extent of the problem where you are at the moment.
Oh, it's a huge problem all over the place. I spent today pulling drums of oil out of a river with dead fish in. And there's still heaps of asbestos to come out that we're waiting for someone official from a council to come and pull out. It's just an epidemic. It's everywhere.
And so how often, at one point, were you calling councils and officials to try and fix this for you?
Well, I was a victim of fly tipping. That's how I started the ClearWaste app, because essentially the road where I live kept getting blocked with fly tipping. And then I paid someone to remove some waste and it got fly tipped. Someone knocked on my door and said, "Do you realise all your bank statements are floating down the road in the bushes?" So I was horrified and I just thought someone's got to do something about this. So I decided to set the app up and you can report fly tipping anywhere in the UK. It's really easy to use. You can also, if you catch someone in the act, if you've got photographs, you can upload evidence and statements on there and we'll push them out to local authorities and the Environment Agency and other law enforcement that will act on those. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, in terms of different areas of the country, based on your app, where do you see it most concentrated? Which parts are most affected?
London. And then the south and southeast. But the whole country really does get it. It's just more so around the population density places. And what the government's done today, I take my hat off. They've doing a consultation and they're introducing digital waste transfers. I think they're really, really good ideas, but it stops real short of protecting consumers, because your listeners probably don't know, but if they use an unlicensed waste contractor, they can get fined and prosecuted for up to £5,000. So that's a biggie. The next part, what we really need to do is some common sense stuff. About 2/3 of all classified adverts, they're unlicensed. So let's pass a law or something that says you can't advertise on any platforms unless you display an up-to-date and appropriate, license number. That'll really give consumers some well-deserved protection, and it will take these people off the streets. And another really simple idea would be to display license numbers on the vans collecting waste from people, the same as when you hire a taxi, it's licensed, and then we could track them with ANPR and stuff like that, and the police would be able to easily identify stuff. But it's consumers en masse that are going to solve this problems, and that's why I started the app.
And the app's called ClearWaste. And Martin, thank you very much for coming on and speaking to us about that. Martin Montague there, founder of the app ClearWaste, trying to combat fly tipping.